types, right? So if Pence were to do this in front of a different crowd, say Trump rally crowd, or, even younger conservatives, it would be a completely different reaction. Pence has actually been heckled in the past at some of these events, and it's because the base that is really in lockstep with Donald Trump views Pence, frankly, as a traitor. I took note that in the same sentence that he said, he mentioned Kamala Harris. He said, we are going to beat Kamala Harris in 2024. Well, that word we is doing a lot of work because there are some real questions now about whether Pence will be anywhere near a 2024 ballot if Donald Trump also runs. It's their relationship right now, it seems completely severed. And with Trump attacking Pence the way that he is, I don't see how he and Pence could run, certainly not on the same ballot.
We know, Maggie, that the former President Trump won't take this well, will he?
No, I think that former President Trump, is frankly lucky that he is not on Twitter anymore, because if he was on Twitter, he would just spout out a statement that would be more harmful to the former president than it would to Pence. But I do expect that we're going to see some kind of a nastygram that comes out at some point. I don't know how Pence will handle that. I do think that Michael is right that, whether this really has durability depends on what Pence says going forward. I don't expect that this is going to become a staple of all of Pence's speeches, but I think that if Trump continues to talk about Pence, and I think that Trump tried to correct himself this past week. He issued a follow-up statement in which he seemed to be trying to walk back what he had said. However, walking back what he had said suggested that the January 6th committee ought to be investigating Pence. So I think that if you see Trump continuing to ratchet up pressure on Pence, I think Pence will feel like he has no choice but to keep talking.